Picture a city. The high-rise buildings, the swathes of vehicles, people, shop, the hustle and bustle, all the noise. It's no wonder then that city parks are a welcome change to the fast-paced lifestyle of the city. Ever since a select committee in 1833, city parks have grown as a place for public walks, but also as a place for people in cities to escape and be with nature again. But each one also tells a story. So, come with me and we'll go through a walk and discover the history of Roundhay Park here in Leeds. Roundhay Park is a jewel in Leeds' crown, being one of the largest city parks in Europe, 700 acres no less. This vast amount of land goes back over 900 years, as it was given to the Norman Baron Ilbert de Lacy by William the Conqueror, owing to his military support. The word Roundhay is thought to have originally been called Leundhay, and is thought to have meant the round hunting enclosure. However, multiple additions were to come later on in its life, especially in the 1800s. Come with me, I'll show you. Take the mansion for example. Built from 1811 to 1826, it was commissioned by Thomas Nicholson, a prominent local insurance broker and merchant. It's built in Greek Revival style, and Thomas and his wife lived in there from at least 1819. And it was built in such an elevated place so they could get fantastic views of the park. There's more than just the mansion here too. What might look like just grass today also tells its own story. This is the arena. Now, it was originally intended to be another lake. However, in 1894 it was designated as a sports arena, which is how it got its name. Nowadays, it holds concerts and has played host to the likes of entertainers such as Michael Jackson. Hill 60 nearby was so called to commemorate the Leeds soldiers who fought in the First World War, named after Hill 60 near Ypres. Then there is Soldiers Field, which was used as a meeting ground for soldiers of the First World War. This grassy area was also used for flights to London and Amsterdam in 1919. Then there are the famous lakes here at Roundhay Park. There's the Upper Lake, which was built in the 1800s by Thomas Nicholson to cover up former mines and quarries. The one we're at right now is Waterloo Lake, which was built after the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. It gets its name from the fact that Thomas hired unemployed soldiers who had fought in the Napoleonic Wars. It took 2 years to build and cost £15,000, which in today's money would equal £861,000. Other prominent features include the Baron's Fountain. This Grade II listed building, which was once a drinking fountain, dates back to 1882. Where it was presented by MP Sir John Barron, who was the mayor of Leeds at one point as well. Then there was the castle, which actually wasn't a castle, it was a folly. Built by the early 1820s, it was used as a summer lodge and a place where dinners were hosted. In 1871, Roundhay Park was owned by the Leeds Corporation. In 1891, the first European electric tramway, which was to utilise overhead wires, was introduced to connect Roundhay Park to Leeds city centre. In 1907, a Lido was installed, which proved quite popular in its life, but it was to close and be filled in the 1980s. Another fascinating little anecdote from Roundhay Park's story is that in 1933, a staggering 80,000 people came here to watch a rugby match between Australia and England. But there is more to Roundhay Park than just its history, and it has a future as well. In 1994, the Friends of Roundhay Park was formed, and have cared for the park with great love ever since, and are responsible for creations such as the Friends Garden. With an estimated 1 million visitors plus per year, Roundhay Park is one of the biggest urban parks in the world, and is definitely one of the many jewels in Leeds' crown.